Hello everybody, this is Maniac for Bricks, and I am here today with set number 30270, Kraang's Turtle Target Practice. This is a Nickelodeon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles polybag from 2013. Ages 6 to 12, 36 pieces, 1 minifigure, and originally this retailed in the United States for $3.99 at Toys R Us stores around October 2013. I know this was available in some other places, but I'm not aware of the exact circumstances. But this was available in other parts of the world in 2013. So let's take a closer look at the set now, starting with the polybag. The polybag for this set has an interesting appearance. It still has the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles look that we've seen on the sets. And as far as the background, there's really not much that's seen behind the set. It just shows some sort of machinery that would, I would best assume would be the Kraang lab, but it's very hard to see and really doesn't it doesn't mean so much because the main focus is the set, of course, and I like how the set is well demonstrated by showing the action of the set and, how to play with it, basically, on the bag. There's nothing really to see on the back of it, but I still like the purple that's included with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle sets, because it brings something unique to what LEGO box art and bag art looks like. Next up, we have the fold-out instructions. They're very simple, easy to build, and it's pretty small, actually. On the first page, it doesn't even show you how to build the figure, it just shows that the figure is built. So I think that's pretty obvious, and I think even your beginning builders would be able to understand that. It only takes a few steps to build the small part of the set, which has the bench and the turtle doll figure targets. It also shows in the bottom of that section, just to fill in some space, it shows all the 6 sets that were available in 2013 with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles line, including the Toys R Us exclusive Baxter Robot Rampage. On the back, it shows you all the instructions for building the robot, which is a pretty simple build. And it also shows you on the bottom, CP 2013, the way for you to rate the set online if you wanted to rate a polybag. Unfortunately, it's the same one that we get with most polybags from 2013, so it's very hard to, choose which one from the whole year that you want to rate. Now let's move on to the set. So here we have the Kraang minifigure. I really think of it more as an android because the Kraang is technically inside of the figure as a printed part of the torso, but I consider the Kraang as the alien, the pink thing that you see in the torso, and that the robot is just something it can control. The robot is able to allow it to make certain movements, operate certain machinery, and even make disguises in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles show. This figure is only available in about 2 or 3 sets, 2 of them from 2013, and this one being one of them. This is the cheapest way to get it in any variation, and I say that because I think the variation from 2014 is slightly different. I like the printing all the way around. I like how it's double-sided, even on the head, just to give the more robotic feel to the figure. Very nicely done all the way around. Let's take a look at the set. So here we have the Target Practice set. Basically has 2 different builds to it. The first one that you build, as you saw in the instructions, is a small bench that has what looks like mini dolls or some sort of targets based on the 4 turtles. And you can identify them by each of their 1x1 pieces. It's actually nice to get those tile pieces on the top. They are green tiles. They are the same exact build for each one except for the different colors, just to identify them. So if you wanted, you could stack them in different ways, make a tower with them, and test your skills in trying to knock them all over. That's why the bench is made out of 2 1x6 tile pieces. The Kraang figure isn't actually attached to this model in terms of operating it, although it's still nice to have him positioned by it as if he's calculating, the right angle to shoot this down. The model itself is pretty simple to build. You can make this out of your own parts, but in different colors. I like all the chrome that's used for some of the legs and the main body. The piece on the bottom isn't exactly necessary, although it's intended for just making it to stand better, but you can remove that and still hold this up just the same. It's still a nice piece, though, just to have in this set. We also have that nice, I guess that's a little robot eye, and then we have a flick-fire missile, which can be tilted in a little bit of different directions, but if you tilt it too far, it will break. So you're not going to get a lot of angling with this, but you can still move it around a bit, or you can even change the way the legs look. If you move one leg down, you can have it fire up, and if you move it forward, then you can have it fire down. This would be a nice thing to have in multiples, just for making a small Kraang army with little things that they could each operate, or make them into something bigger. So let's try our skills and try to knock these turtles down. Okay, we got a miss. I forgot to mention, the translucent piece on here is very nice. Probably one of the better pieces in the set. And we also have that nice cone-shaped piece, which I usually see in the Friends line. I had to find the laser for this set. Okay, we got two of them. Let's try to change it again. You only get the one flick-fire missile, so it still works out fine just to get it going. Okay, I knocked the bench and kind of knocked them over. So we pretty much got them. I apologize if I was in the way of most of the action. But, you know, the set plays well. I think it's actually a nice idea that we get this little target set up instead of just having the robot model itself. In terms of the show, I don't remember if the model is shown up in the show from the episodes that I've seen. And I remember I haven't seen all the episodes, so let me know in the comments if you have seen it and I haven't recognized it. It is a nice little model and seems to fit with the idea of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's a cool thing to have, especially for the minifigure. That's probably the biggest reason people would get this, because it makes the minifigure real cheap, instead of getting him in the Shellraiser Street Chase, which is approximately $70 or more, and is currently kind of discontinued off the market, at least in retail stores. In that set, you only get two of those figures. In this one, you could definitely buy up a lot of that figure. There are also some nice pieces in here, just a good play feature. I think this does well as a poly bag. So thanks for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time with more LEGO set reviews.